Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be an intriguing matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the Dallas Cowboys. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State in the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Dallas Cowboys. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Godden, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. Under center, it's the 2017 Heisman Trophy winner as you get a look at Baker Mayfield. A first down throw for Mayfield. Rolling to his right. He'll try and run it.
Holding offense.
So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. So here's the starting 11, and the human highlight reel, Odell Beckham Jr., watch out for him.
One of the few guys in the league that gets you and I out of our hotel rooms early to get here for pregame warm-ups and watch him go through his routine. He's absolutely amazing catching the football.
And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
The Browns send out their punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Stepping up, he'll try and run. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35. And Well, we look at this offense now, and Zach Martin will be important for this team today.
He's so good, Brandon, that you can play him at any position in the offensive line, and I think he's a Pro Bowl player at each spot.
Now flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early. They expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
Well, that's a tough, costly penalty, because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great...
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Up by Jordan Lewis. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Well, partner, I do know this. If you're a defensive back, you have more chances to make a team now than ever because people are using 5 defensive backs, 6 defensive back packages. Not exclusively, but way more than before. That was a nickel package there, and what a pickoff.
Why is that? Why are they using that more?
Because more people are throwing the ball on earlier downs than ever before. This has become a passing league, and because of that, more defensive backs on the field on most plays.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. And looking to erase his memory bank from his opening drive a moment ago that ended in a pick 6 for the first points of the ball game.
And in my experience, a lot of quarterbacks, after throwing a pick 6, the first thing they want to do is fire another one and get those points back immediately. But what really helps you get back in sync is a good, long, methodical drive, mixing the run and the pass, tamp things down a little bit.
Well, look now at our starting defense. They are number 2 in the NFL against the run right now, Charles.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
On second down now, Teague. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Taken in at the 22. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Cowboy offense heading out. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. As we take a look at the playoff picture, and certainly a lot of jostling still to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team, far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
Yeah, exciting for us because we get to talk about it, and, at the end of the day, 6 teams are going to go from each conference, and guess what? We're going to have a playoffs. But nerve-wracking for all the people involved, all the teams, because their goal is to get there. And anything less than that makes the season a disappointment. So they've got to be primed now for a big finish to their season.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Sliding out of the pocket. He's going to take off with it. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. Well, look now at the starters on the defensive side for the Browns. They were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
I was so proud of you in our meeting with the defensive coordinator because you asked the question that set him off. And all you said was, so what improvement do you need to see this week, Coach? And boy, he got fired up, didn't he? Takeaways. We need turnovers. We got to create them. Got so animated, jumped up in our meeting. It was fun to watch.
Somehow I always upset a coordinator in those meetings. Yeah. But they like you. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. They were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
On 1st down, Teague. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Mayfield looks to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first.
All team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 7 yards there and a 1st down. A pair of 1st downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
On 2nd down, T, and 3 yards there takes him to the 45. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Working out of the gun, Mayfield, and that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The Browns send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
And this is their third drive. Maybe the focus right now not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off a game, you don't even think that's an issue, do you? But you go a drive, a second drive, no first down, that becomes an issue. Now you got to think about, okay, what type of play calling do I have to do to get us in a spot to pick that first one up?
Elliott going to bite off about 7 on that one. A good run on first down. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. This will probably be the last play of the quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score Cowboys 7, Browns 0.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll drop to throw. That one complete to Elliott. No gain at all on the play there, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve. And that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now back onto the field, here comes the Cowboys defense. And we're going to get a peek at some of the hits that have helped them get this first half lead.
And you know how the best hits happen? By being really good on that side of the ball in terms of fundamentals. Being in the right spot, diagnosing plays well, and being there at the point of attack. They're really making it happen.
Here's Mayfield, and he'll find Henderson there. It's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. The pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play. And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 14. They go play action. Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. The Browns send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is fielded just inside the 20. A great return there of 22 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He probably wants to improve how he's been playing. There's no doubt about that. But you don't want to overthink it too much and reinvent the wheel when your team's up, right?
That's so true. Because now if you're just worried about how you're playing, even though the team's winning, that's a selfish side of you that you don't want out there. And that's not what the best quarterbacks exhibit. So here's an opportunity to go ahead and guide the team, try and get better as the game goes along. But remember, your team's winning. Things are pretty good.
Yeah, they've got the advantage. We'll see how he does personally here this drive. They're going to look to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. He'll drop to throw. He can run for it, and he will. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a fourth down situation.
I like this effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. So on fourth down here, Mike Tomlin says, let's just get 3. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And this one is right through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Beckham and the Browns set to take over again. A chance maybe here for them to get him more involved. They're down here on the scoreboard, and he's been very quiet.
And the silence has been deafening for his team. They don't need that at all. They need fireworks. They need explosive plays. They need him touching the football in any way possible. Maybe go to some jet sweeps. Anything to get him going.
Something to get him the ball. We'll see if they can do it. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yeah. Let's make these babies cry back.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
54. Here we go.
Here's Beckham now. It's a jet sweep. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. To throw, Mayfield. Open man is Henderson. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 39.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. T. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss.
180.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59.
Watch a slap. Watch a slap. Watch a slap.
Here's a carry for the fullback. This is Andy Janovich. He'll get 2 yards back, but it's going to leave him with a long 3rd and 13. The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And let's gaze our attention on Ezekiel Elliott. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
They'll set up a throw. And that's Elliott, complete. 7 yards on the play, and it'll make it a second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Back to throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Lamb. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. They'll look to throw here. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
And his kick is good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Final play of the half, Mayfield. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll get started in the place's finest city, San Diego, California. And it's the Dragons who have the lead in that one. The Dragons trying to finish that one off and claim victory. From Chicago, we head north to the home of their rivals as we check on the Packers at home in Lambeau. And that one's at halftime with the visiting Lions out on top. Kenny Golladay, a touchdown catch in that first half. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And they were winners in that one over the visiting New York Giants. Carson Wentz, very solid in the win, as his guys figure to be a team to be reckoned with. They now move to 11-3. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. On second down, Elliott. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
But he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Rolling to his left. Now he'll pull it down. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back to throw here. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's the 2nd and 7. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. Out of the gun now on third down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
That's how we do it.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
So now here comes the field goal team for the third time today. This from 54 yards away. And this one is right down Broadway. And the lead stretches 16-3 now. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
That'll be taken in the end zone.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming up? Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off near the 42.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And
now the ball comes loose. And this is picked up by the Browns. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. He had the option there, decided to keep it, exposed himself and fumbled it.
Yeah, and you worry about the hits he's going to take in that situation. In this case, not only does he take the hit, he coughs the ball up, as you noted.
Heading out is the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They'll run on first down. Teague. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Now Mayfield. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. 1st and 10 right at the 20. They'll try the left side. Teague, and he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Mayfield. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2. Now 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
3rd and long for Mayfield. And a quick throw here, that's complete. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident and keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, this from 37. Sanders' kick is good. And the lead is down to 10 now at 16-6. So he splits the uprights and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Let's go!
Out comes the Cleveland defense. They get ready and set for the next possession. They are down on the scoreboard. They're just trying to keep the opposition now at bay.
Let's treat it a little bit like tennis. Hold serve. Don't give up anything. Win the point, so to speak, and move on from there.
Did you play tennis?
I actually did for a little while.
Wasn't
very good at it.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, the kids, they both lettered.
Your kids.
Exactly.
Okay.
Whose kids were we talking about?
That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out.
We got trips over here. Trips over here. Let's overload.
At the 27.
2nd and 11. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
That's a gain of 10.
50 to Mike. 50 to Mike.
3rd and 2.
They'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 45-yard line. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 45-yard line. They'll set up to throw. He'll buy some time right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Mack Wilson able to get him for a loss of about 3. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play with the score Cowboys 16, Browns 6.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Elliott. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been talking with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
He'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter. He's been terrific so far. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Mayfield to throw it. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Mayfield now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Mayfield looks to throw, and his throw's going to be incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Going to the air again with Mayfield. They'll roll him out right. And now he'll tuck it and run. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. He'll find Henderson there. It's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 42.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd down. Mayfield steps up, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. Mayfield now from the 50. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Watch the twist.
Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. So they really needed points here in a two-score game. Could not come away with anything there on fourth.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. 2nd and 3. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
He'll drop to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a 1st down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Let's go. Come on, D. Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Out to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. The Cowboys on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
This will be fielded at the 8. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. From the gun, Mayfield. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away. A 2nd down throw for Mayfield. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Mayfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 23.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 43. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. This thrown quickly out to Cooper. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Mike 50. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. An offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Check, check. Get him.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw, Mayfield. Looking sideline, incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Play fake, Mayfield, and he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. Well, sometimes when you try to defend OBJ, you're going to get a PI call.
You might get a PI called at just about any point during his route. And I think a lot of teams have taken the whole philosophy of, hey, just go ahead and do what you have to do and hope eventually they'll quit calling it. But not in this case. They dropped the flag for the pass interference.
On 2nd down now, Teague. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger. And dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
so for Dallas, the final 2 weeks are going to tell the story for them as they move to 9-5 with a win. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, their playoff hopes take a hit as they drop to 7-7. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.